Saber fans, welcome back. This is Adam from Blue Force Sabers. Man, it has been some time since I've done one of these Saber reveals of my custom builds, but I wanted to do the one for this one here. So a little backstory on this. A gentleman came to me at my last convention and was looking at some of my custom sabers, and he had an idea. He is a big fan of the cartoon series from G.I. Joe 1980s. Really cool series. I grew up watching it as well. And one of the weapons that was in a small section of the cartoon, I believe it might have just only been one episode. I'm not actually sure. But he was familiar with it. He was a big fan of this weapon in this episode. So we got talking and he wanted to have something kind of created around it. It's a pretty simple design, as you can see here. It's basically a whip in the cartoon series. I'll throw a photo up there so you can kind of see what I was looking at and going off of, and that's pretty much what he wanted. It was pretty straightforward of a design, but it really came out cool. A couple of things that we changed and added in there that he wanted as well was the Cobra symbol we added on here on the bottom, which came out really neat, as you can see there. We went with the switches here. I was going to make these mechanical, but I figured why? Because, you know, you're swinging around stuff and it might actually break these off. So these are actually designed into the build. So you can see here, so no worries. I was swinging around, playing with it. This is fully aluminum. So are these buttons now. And they're just painted. They can be touched up if they ever got damaged or anything. So super simple to fix and maintain. And now you can have tons of fun with it and not have to worry about breaking anything on it. So this is a two-piece design. It can slide fully apart so you can access all the electronics. And yes, of course, it has electronics built in here, which activates the whip, and this glows. I'll show a quick video of that as well because it's really cool to see. But let's get into a little bit of design here. So if you're familiar with the cartoon, maybe you are, maybe you're not. But with this one, I wasn't actually familiar with this weapon in here. I just thought it was a cool design. And if you're familiar with that 80s kind of style, it really goes with it as well. This has a great weight to it as well because it all is aluminum, and it's a pretty decent size too. And you can see there my one hand on it and how much bigger it is. So you can really use this as a two-bladed weapon as well, or I'm sorry, two-handed weapon as well. So I custom fitted to fit this fiber optic type of whip here that glows and lights up, and it changes colors with whatever blade style that you pick on there. It can flicker and flash and everything like that. And actually the cool thing with this too is when you turn it on, you get this kind of two-tone or three-tone effect, the way it illuminates down to the end of the whip here. So into the design, so I designed it around here so you can slide the electronics, and there's a connector right down here for the whip section. So you can remove that if you ever need to change it or something damaged with it. And that's really kind of what I like to do with my designs in case there's anything that damaged or you want to make a change or something. It's easy to do, and that's one of my key things when I'm coming up with these designs is I want to have that functionality of, I mean, because think about it. This is custom. If it breaks, you want to be able to easily fix it. Nobody has to send anything back. You just send them a brand new part, pops it in, pops it out, and then he's good to go again. Same with the electronics too. Make them super simple, straightforward, slides in. The electronics, the new ones would just slide right back in, put the magnetic switch back on there, and then you're good to go having fun again. So from the cartoon, as you saw in the picture there, a couple different design changes here. So I added this in here. This is actually one of the symbols on the Cobra character. It was taken from his helmet, so I added that in there. He wanted that little detail in there as well. Back here, I put some ridges in here, just kind of to make it a little bit different, make it pop out a little bit more. You have a retention screw for the electronics, retention screw that holds this whip section in here, and then these are just retention screws so you can hold this second piece in here as well. And then you have the magnetic switch right there, so easy activation. on the other side. So I did an inlay of a genuine leather snake skin, not wrap, but just an inlet of it. And it really looks awesome. I think it really just adds a cool effect to it. This wasn't in the original design, but we decided to come up with it. So when I designed it, I did this nice inlay so it just sits in there perfectly. So you don't feel any ridges on there, and it just now flows right into the design. And so, like I said, so down here you have the Cobra symbol that's been painted the red, like the symbol in the cartoon. And then down to the sound port, which you can't really see anything, but it's kind of beveled out on the inside, so it really projects the sound as well. So really cool, simple design, very unique. Definitely not going to find this anywhere in the universe. So I was pretty happy to be able to do this and make this for them and really make something that's never been made. We couldn't find it in any existence anywhere, even in any type of form of a toy or anywhere. So this is, as far as I know, the first one made from that cartoon in existence. So it's pretty cool in that respect as well. So let's not talk anymore. Let's actually check this out. Oh, and guess what? This has a custom sound font, and I ripped the sounds right from that specific episode. So you get the cool swing of sounds, and it really just matches and then fits into this design as well. So I hope you enjoy. Until next time, I'm going to switch over to the other side so you can check this out. Step back, come back often, because I have a really cool design coming out pretty soon. That's going to be based around Sailor Moon. That's another custom design, probably one of my biggest designs so far, and then Thanos, and then a couple other ones. So definitely come back, check them out. And until next time, take care.